Welcome to part 2 of my ongoing saga with ChatGPT. If you didn't see my first video, you may want to go back and look at that right now. But just to recap, let you know what had happened. Recently, I signed up for a free account with OpenAI for the ChatGPT option. Free account, no charges. I input no banking information, didn't authorize the subscription plan or anything like that. But a few weeks later, my credit card was charged $20 for that subscription fee. Now, nobody can seem to figure out why that happened, and I've been following up trying to get answers on why that occurred. So what's happened since my last video? Well, left another voicemail message, got no response. So I left another message with the chatbot, and you can see from this page here, they haven't even read it. Now, you would think a chatbot would read that automatically, right? But in this case, no response from that either. The OpenAI forums are still rife with complaints from other users saying the same thing happened to them. Now, I must be pretty fortunate because they only billed me one time, but many of these people have been billed multiple times, never having given their information to OpenAI or ChatGPT, and we still don't know why that happened. I even went back to my account with ChatGPT just to verify I was on the free plan, which I am. I verified I had given no billing information to them, so there was none of that there. I even looked at the billing history on the form, and it showed nothing had been billed to me. So what's going on? I thought, well, maybe there's some interconnection between Google and ChatGPT. So I looked at my Google account, which does have the credit card information on it that was billed. But I looked at that. There's no billing history with Google for this service. Again, no answers. So I went ahead and contacted my bank, and of course they're very good to work with. I used Bank of America. They heard my problem. They asked me if I had contacted them. Yes, I had. Got no response. They refunded my money, and they're pursuing it themselves. Unfortunately, I have no answer from them. Was this a legitimate charge or not? Now, in reading the comments on the forums, one subscriber postulated that maybe these credit cards were stolen, and somebody had opened up a shell corporation to make it look like OpenAI and ChatGPT, and it was billing based on that. I guess that's plausible, but there's no way for me to really determine if that's what happened. In addition, I forwarded my information to the NBC Tips Line, as well as to an online industry magazine, thinking maybe one of them may be interested in this topic, but I got no response from either one of those, so they apparently had no interest in it. This still seems like a big deal to me, and I'm not sure why no one's picking that up. Now, I would think a company like OpenAI would be really concerned about this. Let's just assume for a second they're not culpable, that they had nothing to do with this. All the information on the forums, all the complaints on the forums, you'd think they'd want to get out ahead of this problem and say, look guys, we're sorry, but we're not involved, and we're currently working with the authorities to find out who this bad actor is. But all we hear from OpenAI is, that's right, silence, crickets, nothing. I even tried to use ChatGPT against itself and asked it some questions. And let me show you what I did here. I first asked it, how does ChatGPT access my banking information when I never set up payment options and am on a free account? And the answer came back, as an AI language model, I don't have access to personal data about individuals unless it's been shared with me during our conversation. I am designed to respect user privacy and confidentiality. My primary function is to provide information and answer questions to the best of my knowledge and abilities. If you have any concerns about privacy or data security, please let me know and I'll do my best to address them. Okay, not much of an answer there, right? So I tried again. Does ChatGPT have access to my Google account and its payment options? And the answer was no. As an AI language model, I don't have direct access to any external accounts, including your Google account or its payment options. And it goes on and says more and more down there. Basically nothing, right? Tried a third question. Do Google and ChatGPT work together in any areas? And if so, list them. And the answer came back. As an AI language model, I don't have access to information about specific partnerships or collaborations between Google and OpenAI. And you can read the remainder of that. And the very last sentence is, It's important to note that as an AI language model, I don't have information about current developments or specific business relationships that may exist between Google and OpenAI. For the most accurate and up-to-date information, it's recommended to refer to official announcements or statements from both companies. So there again, the ChatGPT bot was really no good, right? Kind of generic answer says, I don't know what's going on. You figure it out. Now back to the community forum. Occasionally we'll get a response from one of the OpenAI staffers. And he complained, he said, we're having a ton of volume. We're working on this night and day, trying to get you answers. Please give us some time. And he partially blamed it on Akismet, which is a spam blocker. I even use it myself, saying that it had blocked some of these questions for no apparent reason. Now, what I think is funny about that, if you go to the Akismet website, it says, powered by advanced machine learning and AI. Isn't that ironic? And finally, he asked to please give them some more time. They're working on it as best they can. So I'm sorry, guys, but I still have no answer. I'm going to keep reading about this, seeing if we can come up with something. If any of you have answers out there, please let me know. I'd sure love to know that. So all I can say is I'll keep you informed if you keep me informed. And thank you so much for watching.